At first, I started meditating for 20 minutes a day to improve my focus because I remember watching a video on like focus and working for like 12 hours a day or something. And the guy in the video said you should meditate 20 minutes a day. So I started meditating 20 minutes every day. And I've been doing that for like a couple months, maybe like 1 or 2 months now. And I've missed some days, but mostly I've been meditating for 20 minutes a day. And that has helped my focus a shit ton. Like I can work for many like longer hours without getting distracted. And it's obviously helped with stress. It's helped with like keeping my mind relaxed. But I noticed that there's many more effects after meditating for like a couple months that I didn't even think about before and I wasn't planning on like having or some shit. So I just kind of wanted to tell you about what I've noticed from meditating for a couple months, and I'll tell you how to meditate as well. Or I'll just tell you how I meditate because like I'm not a monk. I don't really know shit about all these like 50 different types of meditation. I just like meditate really simply, and you don't have to be a monk. You don't have to go to a fucking Chinese temple to meditate. It's very simple. But I thought it was interesting that after like meditating for 20 minutes a day for a month or two, I noticed so many big differences other than just being like more relaxed and less stressed and more focused. And a lot of these kind of changes in yourself when you start meditating like that are actually hard to put into words. Like if you've never meditated or haven't done it regularly for like a month or two, it's kind of hard for me to convey in words to you like what kind of effects it has, because it's actually like crazy the kind of things, the kind of effects meditation can have on your mind and your life. It's like after meditating for 20 minutes a day for like a month or two, it's just the other day I was thinking, like, my mind is so much more clearer. Everything just seems clearer. Like, in general, my thoughts just seem to flow so much more clearly. And if I need to, like, solve a problem, the problem seems just so much easier to solve. And I was also thinking when I make YouTube videos and I'm talking to you, I feel like on days I meditate properly, because I miss some days of meditation sometimes. On days I meditate properly, my speaking just seems so much easier and I seem much more coherent and I don't stutter as much. So it just has all these crazy effects. And something else I noticed that meditation had an effect on was like all the urges in my mind. Yeah, I mean, you probably know like what nofap is, right? I actually don't give a fuck about that. You know, nofap, it's like stopping masturbating and like semen retention and shit, and stopping watching porn and all that. Nofap, I don't give a fuck about that. Fap if you want. I'm not like some self-improvement YouTuber, don't listen to me. But I just was realizing the other day all these urges to like look at disgusting shit and masturbate to disgusting videos and shit like that. And even just eating junk food or like scrolling social media, kind of all these bad things that are kind of unhealthy for you, but you still do them. Not only do I find it much easier to push away that urge when it rarely comes in my mind. So if I get an urge to like scroll on social media and distract myself or eat some shitty food, now after meditating for so long, oh, not long, like a month or two, but after meditating for a month or two, it's like when these urges appear in my brain, they are so easy just to push away. But that's not even the like best thing about it. The best thing about it is that these urges rarely come. These urges rarely come to me now. I was just thinking the other day, I don't even get the urge to like scroll on social media and fucking distract myself. I don't even get the urge to like watch disgusting shit and masturbate all day. You know what I mean? And I don't know, I'm not saying that's gonna happen to you if you start meditating 20 minutes a day. This is just my experience. This is what happened to me. I don't even get the urges to do these things. I don't know, like, I don't know what it is. And sometimes when I do rarely get them, it's so easy to just push it out of my brain because I can't, it's really hard to put into words, as I've said, but I think this happens because meditation, and I'll explain how to meditate so it makes more sense, but meditation is really just training your mind to be able to look at your thoughts objectively from like an outside perspective instead of kind of letting those thoughts define you and letting those thoughts kind of control you. It allows you to look at those thoughts, acknowledge them, and then push them away if you want. It allows you to like, I don't even know how to put it into words, bro, but like, it's just when you get a fucking urge to do something really bad that you know you shouldn't be doing, normally, if you want to eat some junk food, you're gonna eat that junk food, right? But it's like with meditation, you get the urge to eat junk food, but then you can look on that urge and be like, fuck that, I'm not gonna do it. But it doesn't even seem hard to push away the urge because you've trained your brain and meditated for so long that it's like, ignoring the urge to do that bad thing is actually not even hard. I don't even know how to put it into words. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of yapping, but I can't fucking stress enough how like powerful meditation is. And as I said, I just started doing it to focus. I didn't give a fuck about anything else. I wasn't doing it for like spiritual reasons or to like control my urges or anything. I was literally just doing it to focus, and of course, because like meditation is good, right? But I just noticed all these other like things that happened because of me meditating. It's also like social issues as well. I guess I've always kind of had social issues, not gonna lie. I've always been like really shit at talking to people, and I've never wanted to talk to strangers or anything. I'm just shit with other humans, bro. But I noticed after meditating, like always when I was gonna talk to someone new or talk to a stranger or talk to anyone, maybe you have this if you think you have social issues or you're like a major introvert, your mind will kind of, when you know you need to speak to someone new, your mind will start going off and going like, what if you say something stupid? They're gonna judge you. And your mind starts imagining the worst case scenario when the person you need to speak to starts judging you and starts laughing at you, and you say something really stupid and you're nervous and you're stuttering. Your mind just creates this major scenario, and it builds up until you're so fucking nervous talking to this person that you just can't stand it. And you need to stay in your room alone because your brain has just created up the worst case scenario that would happen if you talk to this stranger. And maybe you've probably had that before if you have any small percentage of any social issue, you've probably had that. And I still get that, right? I still get that in social situations. But after meditating, I realized that it doesn't even matter, because after meditating, I still get that thing where my brain starts creating that worst case scenario in my head. Like, what if this person judges me? What if I say something really fucking stupid? Blah, blah, blah. I get that, but it only lasts 1 second because I can now acknowledge that thought and acknowledge those scenarios and push it out of my fucking head. And I can't convey in words how powerful that is. Because now if I talk to someone new in real life, a stranger, I don't even like feel nervous doing it. I don't really know how to explain it. And that's really weird for me because I've always had major like autistic social issues, bro. But now it's like those thoughts don't even really come in my head, and if they do, I can push them out within 1 second because I can recognize them and acknowledge them and think about the situation critically, if that makes sense. It's just like when you start meditating, a switch happens in your mind, kind of, where you are able to just observe your thoughts from an outside perspective. It's like you're becoming the watcher of your thoughts. And when you normally have these thoughts of like, or these urges or this nervousness talking to someone, or you're scared to do something, or you're uncomfortable to do something, normally you would like act on those feelings and act on those urges. But once you start meditating, you can kind of just look at them from an outside perspective. Honestly, I've been fucking yapping for too long. I've been yapping for too long about how powerful meditation is. I'll just tell you how to do it because it takes like 2 minutes to explain. Basically, all you do to meditate is I'll just tell you what I do. I just sit still. I don't lay down. I just sit like right here. I close my eyes, and then I will just focus on the breath coming in and out of my nose. So, I mean, I'll just breathe, but that's kind of an exaggeration. You don't want to control your breathing. You just want to breathe normally. You don't want to go like and be taking deep breaths, right? When you start meditating, you just want to breathe normally and just focus on the sensation coming in and out of your nose. And you'll notice that when you start meditating, bro, that This happens to me still when I meditate, and this will happen to you every time you meditate until you like fucking master it. You'll just get a bunch of random thoughts start coming into your head. Like you'll try to focus on the sensation of the breath coming in and out of your nose, but you'll begin getting all these thoughts in your head and getting distracted, which is completely normal. And the key to meditation is just stopping and acknowledging that you have all these thoughts in your head and then refocusing on the breath coming in and out of your nose. Don't ever get annoyed at these thoughts or try and like push them away and force yourself to focus on your breath. You just acknowledge the thoughts and refocus on your breathing. And when you first start meditating, if you've never meditated before, this will actually be really fucking annoying. If you're doing it for 20 minutes straight, this will be very, very fucking annoying because you'll be trying to focus on your breath and all these random thoughts or these random intrusive thoughts keep coming in your brain. And it's like, it's hard to sit there and just focus on your breath for 20 minutes at a time, right? But if you really kind of force yourself to do it and force yourself to just acknowledge the thoughts and refocus on your breath every time you get distracted, you'll notice over time it gets easier and easier and easier, and you can focus on your breath for longer without the intrusive thoughts kind of invading your mind. And when the intrusive thoughts start coming into your mind as you're meditating, over time you'll find it's much easier to acknowledge them and refocus on your breath. You'll notice you can do it much quicker and quicker and quicker. And then you'll notice when you do that during meditation, that skill passes over to when you're not meditating. And that's what I'm trying to say. So when you have an intrusive fucking thought, when you're not meditating, when you're just going about your normal life, you can easily push that thought away. Just acknowledge it and push it away and see it as what it is, just a thought that does not need to define your actions. And you'll be able to do that in your real life from the fucking practice and time you put into meditation. And hopefully I'm not talking too quick. Hopefully I'm not completely yapping. But yeah, you do need to meditate for just 20 minutes a day. I mean, you don't need to, but I would highly recommend it. And I think you'll, after like a month or so of really trying to meditate for 20 minutes a day, and you'll have some days when you miss it or just can't be fucked to do it. I think after a month or two, you will notice some difference. I'm not going to say you'll think that you'll notice some difference, because you will 100% notice some difference. I was going to show you the app that I used for the meditation timer thing, but I'm talking to you on my fucking phone, so I can't even show you the app, bro. But let me drink water. But the app I use is called Simple Timer, I think. You know what? I'll link it in the description of the video. I'll link the app I use. It's completely free. You can just set the timer to be on for 20 minutes, and then at the end of the 20 minutes, it plays like some kind of calming sound. And so just meditate for 20 minutes a fucking day, bro, and you'll notice insane differences in your life, in everything. I just wish I started doing it earlier, to be honest. I genuinely wish I started meditating earlier. I can't even believe it. Like, and I literally just started doing it for focus, and I can't put into words how useful it's going to be for you. It just really allows you to control your response to things. It's kind of like making your brain your bitch, bro. Kind of right now, if you think about it, you're kind of your brain's bitch. Like, your like lizard brain or whatever is kind of fucking controlling you. But when you really practice meditation, you literally cockhold your brain, bro. You cockhold your fucking brain and make your brain your bitch. And now you give your brain the orders and you control your brain, and your brain doesn't control you and make you do all these urges and shit you don't want to do. So yeah, I love you. Dislike the video, unsubscribe from me, and leave me a really, really mean comment telling me how you hate me so much, and never join the Discord. I love you.